I'd like to welcome everyone to the weekly check-in. I'm John Perrotta, my co-host, Jessica Leigh. How you doing, Jessica?
I'm good. How are you, John?
Good, Jessica. I need you tonight. She's a therapist by day, and at night she's a therapist to the comedians here in New England. She dedicates her time to give to the mental health of us comedians. And we appreciate this, Jess. We really do.
Specifically tonight, the males. We're gonna have a male group therapy session tonight.
I specifically brought in all males tonight so we could do a group therapy with you.
All crazy males.
And you can give us your advice. We'll get. I want to introduce our esteemed panel. Very funny. I've had the opportunity to work with him a bunch of times. Roman Pierce is in the house.
Yes.
How you doing, Roman?
Good, John. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in. Then we go to my man, a very funny musician, artist. He does it all. He slices meat, he sings songs, plays the piano. Steve DeNuccio. Stevie, how you doing, buddy?
How you doing, folks?
How you doing? And on the bottom over here, my man, very funny guy, always made me laugh at the Comedy Connection, Dan O'Brien, otherwise known as Dano. What's up,
Hey,
Dano?
how are you?
Good to see you, brother. How's your twin daughters?
Doing well, thank you.
We'll get to that and your other daughter. We don't want to leave her out, too.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to leave her out. My man in the middle was living in New York City for a while, came back to Rhode Island. Very funny. I was on his podcast a while back. Shiv Patel's in the house. What are you doing, brother?
Hello, I'm happy to be on. I'm excited for this group therapy session.
Yes, we all need it, sir. We all need it. We're gonna talk Indian food again tonight too. So he wants to take me out for Indian food. We're gonna we'll get into that again.
Do that. I think.
And here he is, comedian in the past. He doesn't do it now. An actor, a fantastic actor. Was he had the long run play, The Last Sicilian. Done movies, all kind of stuff. Bread, Butter, and Bullets, going way back. That was a series he had. I happen to have I was in one of the episodes. It was really cool. Nick Albanese. Nicky, how you doing, brother?
Hey, salute. How you doing?
What do you got? A Sopranos cup?
It's one of the best podcasts out there. Talking Sopranos.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard.
Steve Sharippa and Michael Imperioli. They go episode by episode talking about the show.
Oh, that's going to be a hit.
They're on season 3 already. It's
really good. Season 3, and I didn't even know it was on.
They started during the shutdown. So.
They started. Yeah, those guys.
And talking about therapy, you're like Tony Soprano, and Jessica's like Dr. Melfi. Right.
I know we started this. We started this during the shutdown.
We started this back in
3, but we
started in May, Jessica. We never kept track of the episodes. We just kind of. Yep. Jessica said, "Why don't we do a show? We'll call it the weekly check-in." And here we are since May.
That's Mike Cronin. He knows how many episodes.
He knows. We should have numbered them, but we just kind of. So when people go on the YouTube channel, they'll be like, "What the frick?" They won't know what to do. You know. Did you see it? Did you see a few patients this week, Jess?
Yes. After the Thanksgiving break, it was definitely a packed week
Packed week. And now, are you ready to handle this crew tonight? Can you handle it?
Thursday night, I'm burnt out. I'm exhausted.
You don't want nothing too heavy tonight.
It's going to go off the rails. It usually goes off the rails. I need therapy tonight.
You need the therapy.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we got to give it to you, the therapy. We'll start out with.
Don't they say most therapists need therapy?
They do. Yeah.
They hear all the crazy stuff all day and night and all week. You know.
I can't even imagine, Jessica. That's not an easy job to just hear stuff all week, and I can't imagine it.
It's either I'm talking to myself or I'm going to hear somebody else. So it's like one of the two.
It's not the easiest job. Dan O'Brien. Let's talk about Dano. How old are your twins now? He's got twin daughters.
They're 5 years old.
5, and you got your other daughter. How old is she? It's Emily, right?
Emily is 15.
15. I remember Emily because Emily's in his act. So I remember Emily. So, Dano, you haven't been getting on stage at all, huh?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I got cerebral palsy. I got no lung capacity. I can't get this thing. I'll be screwed if we get this. If I get this.
So you're laying low.
I'm laying low. This is the excitement of my day right here.
This is it. When you get the vaccine, then you can get back to things down the road here, and I look forward to hopefully we'll do something together. I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
I will get
Okay.
the vaccine tomorrow if I could. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. But
Hey, I want this vaccine so bad. I'd let Gina Raimondo give it to me at midnight tonight, and I'm not a big
boy.
Gina Raimondo.
oh boy.
I'd let Gina and her husband poke me tonight. I would.
That don't
Gina,
sound good.
give it to me, Gina. I don't mean. I mean the vaccine, Jess. The vaccine.
Specifically at midnight, like Cinderella, like you're gonna turn into COVID free.
I'll ring the bell. The trooper will answer the door. Here you go, and I'll walk in their bedroom. They'll wake up and give me the
At
vaccine.
midnight. Hey, at midnight, he's gonna turn into a big meatball.
If I don't have this thing, Shiv Patel, are you ready to take the vaccine? What are you doing, brother?
I want to be in that room with you.
You want it, huh?
I mean, it sounds like an exciting time to get the vaccine at midnight.
Well, you were out in New
Yeah.
York, and you saw how crazy it got out there. So, I mean, you left New York. It was pretty bad when you were out there, right?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Everyone stopped taking the subway, and then I was pretty much walking to work, but then everyone was scared. Moved back home. My parents were really happy, and now I'm starting to feel it a little bit, just being with them all the time.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. I enjoy their
I
company.
remember you meeting them. Your father he was cool. We were talking one of the shows you did. Yeah.
Yeah. He does Zumba.
He does Zumba.
Yeah, he does Zumba occasionally, which is a fun thing for a dad to do.
I wish we had a little video of that you could put on here.
Yeah. Well,
Your
we
dad
could.
doing Zumba.
Is he wearing tights when he's doing that? No.
Unfortunately, no. But I'll try and make it happen.
Will that make it funnier?
Yeah. John, we could do Zumba and then get the Indian food. Build up an appetite.
Why don't we do Zumba while we're eating the Indian food
Oh,
and getting the vaccine at the same time? We'll have all kind of shit. I like a lot of shit going on all at once.
you better make sure there's a toilet nearby.
I can't focus on one thing, Jess. I need like 5 things going on,
Oh,
Jess.
but John, the Zumba, you're gonna be doing 5 things at once. I did like a Zumba class, like just on a whim. Like I was at the gym and I was like, oh, the Zumba class is gonna start in 5 minutes. Why don't I go in and give it a try? And there's like all these like Barbie doll looking girls like in there, like they know all the moves and stuff. And I'm like hopping around in the back in like sweatpants. I'm like, this is awful.
Looking like Jerry Lewis.
Yes, I'm like, this is awful. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But
Oh,
yeah,
boy, huh?
you like have to be like coordinated like that, and I'm
Yeah.
not coordinated like
Gotta
that.
have rhythm.
I'm
Yeah,
not
Gotta
either.
have some rhythm.
yeah.
Like being a dancer, man. If you got 2 left
Yeah.
feet, forget it.
Well,
Yeah.
Nikki's talking. Let's go to Nikki Albanese. What's going on, Nikki?
What's up? I'm just having some cookies here. I got nutter butter cookies. Yeah, they're so good. My tea. I'm life is good.
That's our sponsor tonight. Not his butters. I remember those.
Yeah, I can't shout like Mike Cronin. I can't do that. I can't.
That's a good Mike Cronin imitation.
He's got that loud Irish voice. I can't do it.
Mike is a little crazy. Steve DeNuccio, what's going on with you, brother?
Just having a lot of fun, keeping up with the artwork. There'll be a soft pause at the pub on Park.
Is it?
Yeah, we're closing down until the 14th of this month.
Yeah.
So I got to put the notice out. But I'm busy doing my artwork.
Hopefully they won't cancel the rest of the month. You know, she said
don't
today
know.
if
You don't
things
know.
go, if things go so far going all right, then she would do it. You know, she'd keep the whole month. You know,
I've got a lot of artwork. One of the things that hasn't slowed me down is like right now I'm doing another Dorothy.
yeah.
That's good.
I posted that up. So here's another Dorothy. I'm doing that. A matter of fact, I have to do 6 more of these animation cells for the magical happy place on Earth for the wedding pavilion. Obviously, Florida's still open, but the Anaheim Park is not. So a lot of the cells are being sold there.
So Steve, you draw all this stuff. I have trouble writing a note. I'll be back in 5 minutes, leaving it on the door. You're doing all this
Well,
artwork.
you know me, John. I'm at the comedy shows.
We used to be at comedy shows back, I think a few years ago. Steve was doing artwork at the bar while we were doing the show. He'd go up, do a set, go back. He'd be drawing like Don Rickles or somebody. It's pretty crazy.
Well, you're filling in the orders. I'm at work, doing work, and actually people watching me draw, and I'm getting more work. So it's like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, I saw that piece you did for Mike Cronin. He showed me.
Oh, Mike's a beautiful guy. I love his
that was
style.
really nice, that piece you
We're
did.
losing
Bob.
control,
Oh, thank
Jessica.
you. You mean the one with the Snow White at the fireplace?
Yeah.
Yeah, those animation cells, they take a little while. I rather do a dozen of them because they go faster, because you can do them in succession than doing an individual one.
All right, we're gonna talk art class tomorrow, next episode. These guys they're going banana. We lost control, Steve, over here.
I'm
There's
sorry.
a lot of activity.
It's good, Steve. We do.
The vaccine.
Listen,
art
we're gonna have
class.
Steve's gonna be selling artwork. Dano's gonna take a couple more twins in and babysit. You know, Shiv will be taking us to Indian restaurants, and Nikki will have us on the Sopranos podcast.
Yeah.
I have
Pretty
to take
cool.
the vaccine.
And we didn't forget our last man tonight, Roman Pierce. What's going on with you, Roman?
I'm just hanging out here in what appears to be a prison cell. You know, in the basement, waiting for the vaccine to come out.
Yep.
Dude, we're all in
Resume.
prison cells.
Yeah, right.
The green room at the comedy.
Right.
Convention.
Yeah, I mean, Nick looks like he's in a Asian massage parlor over there. Like that background.
Look at the shirt. Come on, look at
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
I like this.
Roman, if you ever told me, you guys, that 24 Funds would go from being so busy, you're closed now, the Comedy Factory, I posted a thing the other day, there was so many shows last, like December, November.
Yeah.
You ever told me, the Comedy Connection be on a small scale, and I would have never believed you if you told me, it's unbelievable. An unbelievable year. I never thought all this would, I remember my son used to tell me, this virus is coming, it's going to be bad, you're going to cancel shows. And I thought he was nuts. I never thought it would go into 8-9 months. I thought it was going to be like a flu. I figured when it started,
be 2 weeks.
A couple of months,
I thought 2 weeks at the tops. When everything first closed down, I thought it'd be like 2-3 weeks, man.
Me too.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Nikki posted, I said before we went on, I mean, this year seems like 5 years to me. And Nikki, you said you just posted that. What did I saw?
I saw something I posted. It was like, today marks 5 years in 2020.
It seems like the year that it came and all of a sudden it went in slow motion and it's not letting us go.
Yeah, the year that wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
The year that wouldn't leave.
That's my next screenplay.
Crazy. Jess, where should we go from here now?
Well,
You're the
something
therapist.
I find is Roman Pierce is the first person that I met in local comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Roman Pierce, the first person?
Yep.
And where did you guys, where did you meet? A show?
Vegas Lounge in Norwood.
The Vegas Lounge. I never heard of that place.
I used to run an open mic there back in it had to be 2006 to like 2008.
Wow.
Way back then, when I first started, and I met Jess there when Jess was underage.
Yes.
We had to sneak her in. We had to change the rules to get her in to the Vegas Lounge.
Yes.
So,
I know.
Underage.
Rock and roll, man. That's rock and roll, baby.
I know. And then wasn't I not allowed after they got the full liquor license?
yeah, I think there was a couple weeks, but then I think you came back after that, I believe.
With a
But
fake ID.
for a couple weeks, they had a dude at the door, like IDing people on a Tuesday night,
Yeah.
just to keep
Jeez.
Jess off the stage. They're like, nope.
Was that the place that was the Chateau? Jess?
Oh, the Chateau was further up. This place used to be Matt Maggie's. So it used to have like all the pool tables and stuff like that. The Vegas Lounge had like the best pizza.
Was it nice or was it like a dive?
It was actually pretty nice.
It was, it was like, it was a place that you're like, oh, this used to be a dive, but they renovated it, it was that type of a feel to it. So, but yeah, it was, it was nice for like, if you want to go like play pool and stuff like that, which I'm really tempted at. The
owner decided to get a loan and fix it up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never went to. There used to be a place where I think where the chateau was. It was called when I started in '91, '92. I used to go to an open mic over there at the El Torito. It was the El Torito?
Right.
Remember that, Roman?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh, I
where
do.
you remember
Yeah,
that?
I know where you're
it was
talking
on, It was on Route in Norway or Dedham or whatever the
Yeah,
heck it was.
it was Route 1, right?
Yeah,
You
Route
talking about
1.
Route 1? Yeah, yep. I know where you're talking about. I never went to the open mic, but I know where you're talking about, though.
Yeah, we used to go there. I don't know how long it was there. We used to go when I started every Saturday night. Mostly Boston guys, a lot of Boston guys, and we used to go and hang out. It was a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah.
That's where I used to go anywhere to get on stage almost. Now I go in my basement and look at a wall. I used to stand up before 200 people, Jess, and talk to them, have fun, shake their hand when they left.
John,
Now I go to CVS and hide in the corner and buy Q-tips. You know what I'm saying, Jess?
no, because we just lost you for like a second.
No, we did. We did.
You
We
like,
just
lost
heard
me?
Q-tip.
cut out like right there.
I
in the
just heard
middle, like, you know
Q-tip.
what I'm saying? No,
You
I
were
don't.
doing a Max head. You were doing a Max Headroom impersonation.
I
Yes,
don't know what happened. It must have froze for a second.
yes,
It was Gina Raimondo's helicopter flying over you.
yes.
Oh,
Right,
God.
vaccine. Yes.
I think Jessica hit the mute button.
yes.
That's what happened. Hit mute.
You have like a scrambler?
Well, I
you have like
said-
a scrambler, but you can scramble them anytime.
Yes.
Basically what I said, Dano, we used to all get up before a lot of people, 100 people, 200, 300 people, whatever sometimes. And that I miss. I miss all the people. I miss them leaving, and I used to go to the door, thanks for coming, shake their hand. It was one of my dinner shows. And I miss meeting the comics and the people. And, you don't know how long this is going to be before, even with the vaccine, who knows before it gets back to that. It might, who knows? I mean, I have no idea. I don't think anybody has an idea. We all guess, but nobody really knows,
Well, I guess the UK just approved one, so
Yeah.
we'll see. It's got to be one coming here soon.
We're having a historic low flu season. I haven't even seen a flu map on any of the news stations. You know,
I think part of that is like me, and we wear the masks. The people that wear the masks, they used to get the flu. It's going to be down. The flu's going to be down, maybe. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't go anywhere. I mean, I go to do errands and.
I have to get the shot, John, because I'm in the dental profession. So I have the hepatitis shot, the flu shot every year. I have no choice. I go into the VA hospital a lot. I have no options. I have to get the shot.
Yeah. You're going to take the vaccine when it comes out too?
Absolutely. I have no choice.
Yeah.
In order for me to continue practicing in the dental lab business.
See, the only thing they say, like, yes, short term, there's no the effects, but like, what about 5 years from now? Who knows? You know what I mean? They don't really know. Nobody knows because we're the guinea pigs. We're gonna take this shot, and they know short term. Short term.
You're all going to be talking like me in 5 years. You're all screwed. Sorry.
Dan O'Brien. Here he goes. Damn. You might be talking like us in 5 years.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
You'll be talking like Nick Albanese.
Great.
But hey, how you doing?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We'll put you in instead of the last Sicilian. You'll be the first Irishman.
Very interrupted. But
Jess, it's your show, Jess. You're my co-host, and I'm leaning on you because Mike Cronin's not here.
Well, now I want to talk about Dano's Something About Mary poster in the background.
oh, okay.
Let's talk about that, Dano.
How can you see it? I just see the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
He shifted his camera because I could see the whole thing earlier, and that's one of my favorite movies.
You got good eyes, Jessica.
I know.
Something about Mary, you said?
The one thing I
Yeah.
had going for me.
I just watched that last week for like the first time in years.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's awesome.
First time ever.
No, ever. I love the Foley Brothers. But think about it. If those guys made those movies today, how different. The society in 20 years has changed so much.
Yeah.
And like everyone's offended by everything. That movie's so politically incorrect.
I'm offended by what you
I
just
haven't
said.
watched it in a really long time, but yeah, that is.
It's true though. It's true, John.
I know, you're right.
The Foley Brothers would go watch Me, Myself, and Irene, Dumb and Dumber, and Something About Mary. Those movies, the cancel culture would come out so fast and want to crucify the Foley Brothers.
Yeah, they the reason
You know what I mean?
the reason the poster's there is they're my cousins, and they sent me this poster signed because they know I want to be a screenwriter.
Yeah.
I've written a bunch of screenplays that have done shit.
You just have the poster up because you like what's her name?
I like
I played
peeking
Mary.
down Cameron's, yeah.
Cameron Diaz, yeah. You just like
Right.
looking at the poster. Come on.
Exactly. So
I didn't know if you were gonna say it, Dan. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, those are Dan's cousins. You told me that before in the past. I always found it fascinating. The Fowley brothers are the bomb, and Dan was cousins. It's pretty wild having Fowley brothers and cousins.
So that's the reason for. Were you asking why I had it, Jessica?
I was complimenting it and just wanted to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
You have a cool story with it.
And Jessica's got. She had it last week. She had an Alfred Hitchcock poster behind it. That was your great grandfather, right, Alfred Hitchcock?
Wow.
Jessica. Next, the Fowley brothers. Maybe you got a poster up of a horror movie. Maybe Alfred Hitchcock's your great grandfather.
I do have I love how I'm pointing at it, and you can't see it because it's on the other side of my apartment. But I do have over there on that side of the apartment a Psycho poster.
We trust you.
I knew you had Hitchcock.
And it's next to my Wizard of Oz picture. I think next week I'm gonna have to move.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Who's that behind you, Marilyn Monroe?
that is Marilyn
Is it?
Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's that behind you, Shiv?
Flowers.
What is that behind you?
I have flowers. I'm trying to really get in touch with. I don't know. I flowers. I haven't really had a. I haven't really had a
What are you trying to touch? What are you saying?
flowers.
I don't think it's his feminine side. Let's put it that way.
What is it? It could be masculine.
I kind of like the picture.
Shiv, I think you should let DeNuccio draw a nice picture of your father doing the Zumba. We'll put it behind you.
There you go.
I think we should do that. Let's link up on that.
With Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, yeah. I like it.
The flower painting, it just came with the hotel room, and that's what he's trying to say. It was there when he checked in.
No, usually people take towels. He takes the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stolen. It's not stolen. I wouldn't steal it. But like it's good. I mean, I've also done a podcast. John's been on the podcast. If you guys want to be on too, would love to have guests. I'm searching for people. I ask people, they're like, why? No, people come on. It's basically to talk about different anxieties. I would love to come on.
John, you have a lot of anxiety.
Oh, I have no anxiety.
John must have been a great guest.
Couple finding comedians with anxiety.
Jessica and I, we have no anxiety, right, Jess?
So yeah, I have that, but I've never had like a backdrop. So I'm also not a therapist, so I don't know why I took this on me to listen to people's, and I can't do it. I don't know how to instruct, or I haven't been trained in that. So it's just a mess sometimes. You know what I mean? They're like, I have an anxiety. I'm like, me too, and I have no idea what to do. They're like, me neither. And I'm like, what do we do?
Sounds like a great time.
Yes, maybe you should be a co-host on there too.
That would be fun. I know.
Yeah.
Another check-in.
Yeah.
I know. Now you're adding to my workload, John. Now I'm gonna have group therapy sessions. We're gonna have another anxiety podcast, and we've got to send Roman some background stuff, but it's gonna be like contraband if we try to send it to him in his prison cell.
It might get confiscated.
Yeah.
I had some paintings around here. I don't know where I could send Roman. I had some paintings of Venice and stuff. They're buried somewhere in my basement. I don't know.
It does look like a prison solo room, and it does look like. I gotta give a shout out to all my friends. Like I retired from the prison a couple of years back, and I was worried about this COVID thing over there, and it was going pretty good. I said we weren't really getting hit, and then my friend called me Monday. There's like a bunch of buildings of max, medium, high security, one minimum, but there's 600 COVID cases up there. 488 inmates and 112 correctional officers.
Oh
A
my
lot
God.
of them that I found out, my friends, I've got in touch with some of them, and yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, all these guys, it's spreading all of a sudden. It's just spreading throughout the prison, you know. So, not to bring the show down, but I want to give it, wish everybody health out there. You know, my friends and guys and girls I work with for a number of years. You know, those are the places that really get hit. Like any kind of places where there's people living, like prisons. You got the nursing homes, you got group homes, all those kind of places that get these outbreaks. You know what I mean? I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's just tough times, Nick. What do you make of it, Nick?
Thanks. I'm depressed now.
I just wanted to put that out there. I know some of my friends watch here and there, and I felt bad this week about that. You know?
Yeah. Nah, it's true. It's unsure times. People, it's depressing. Like, especially when the whole thing started. We talked about that before. Like that April, May, June, man, I was in a depression. I was really depressed because
And I've known you a long time, Nick. I don't recall you being depressed or often.
Oh yeah, I was down, man, because I'm a social guy, and then just doing live. I was doing live theater. I was in my 5th year with my theater group, and it really was picking up. I was really starting to make money. I had a good following. My screenplay, I had a producer from LA come in that wanted to help me get this off the ground, and then the day after our meeting, or 2 days after our meeting, the shutdown happened. So everything I had.
Was that your new one? Was that your new screenplay?
Yeah, it's based off my one-man play, The Last Sicilian.
Okay.
It's called The North End of Providence. It's not the same title of the play.
Oh, where I was brought up.
Yeah.
I grew up in the North End.
Yeah, it's all. Well, you remember where Croach Bakery was, right?
Oh yeah.
That was my dad's bakery. We bought it from Jerry Croach, and the screenplay is basically a year of my life when I was 11 years old in 1985. And it's the whole year of my life there, living at the bakery, above the bakery. It's all these family stories. It's very kind of like Bronx Tale meets Moonstruck, but more Moonstruck, more of like a comedy Italian family kind of thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the new year, I can start planning it again in 2000. But I've been doing all these short films, as you've been saying. I just did a short film back in August. I just filmed one with some guy, it was a kid Anthony, Saturday. Should be out in a couple of weeks. I get to play this mafia boss. It was fun, and it's gonna like a 7-minute short. It's pretty funny. It's called Judgment Call. So look out for it on Facebook in a couple of weeks.
I saw Judgment Day. You got Judgment Call.
This is Judgment Call, and then after Christmas, I'm hoping to film another one that I wrote, another short film called Washed Up Actor.
Washed Up Actor.
Yeah, it's called. It's gonna be funny.
What
about drama? It's drama and funny.
What about the crew here tonight? Can you give us a little bit part in some of this shit?
Yeah, well, it's funny. We're talking about group therapy. One of my big plays that I did 4 times 2 years ago was called Everybody Needs Some Therapy Sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a mental institution, and it was about group therapy. All these different Tony Lepore, the dancing cop, was in it.
I know him personally.
Bobby Marco, who has Down syndrome, he's a great actor.
Why wouldn't you put me in that if it's about a nut house? That's the one I should have been in.
You don't remember lines, though, John. You can't remember any lines. How are you going to do live theater?
I did Bread, Butter, and Bullets. I said the line.
You had the script in front. When he did that, he had the script right there on the table.
No, did I?
Yeah, you're like, they're like, all right. You look at your line, and you come up, and then we're filming, and you would say the line, and then we always had to like cut right back to you.
That's why I flunked. I went out for a Benny's commercial, man. That was it. I didn't get that.
I remember your lines.
Benny's. That was my big acting opportunity.
Yeah, but Everybody Needs Therapy. It was a fun play. It was a great play. It was all these characters with different problems. I played the guy with anger issues. There was a guy that had like real like anxiety of life. There was another guy who Tony Lepore played a guy who just sang all the time. He wouldn't say words. He would sing answers back to you.
That's awesome.
Like popular.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a fun play.
I had a friend of mine, I won't say his sister, when she talks, he always told me it's like she's singing. So I listened to her a couple of times, saw her, and she sings. She doesn't talk. She's like singing.
Oh, wow.
You say, how are you?
That's like my character I wrote.
Like she's singing, Jess. I don't know if it's my friend told me it's his sister. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, she sings. She doesn't talk. She just sings.
She sings what she wants to say to you, or she sings songs?
when she talks, it's like she's singing.
Oh, see, my character would sing songs. Like the therapist asked him, Ralph, did you take your meds today? He's like, night and day, day and night. You know, he would sing popular songs back to the.
DeNuccio can sing. Maybe you can throw him in one of these plays.
Yeah, maybe. He would play that really well.
You can have him at the bar drawing a picture with Brian Vincent comes in with a dress.
How you do it? Remembering
and
lines.
they leave. Steve, what's that? What'd you say, Nick?
Steve, how are you at remembering lines? Can you remember lines?
Matter of fact, very good. I did a lot of plays back in school. I love remembering lines.
That's the hardest part. If you can remember your lines, man.
I remember my lines from the 80s, but that's part of the problem.
White line.
I had to say that. That was before I was rehabilitated. People like Jessica Leigh took me under their wing and said, put the straw away. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why John has no fear with the vaccine, because he put a lot of other chemicals in his body in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he's still around, you know?
The 70s and 80s, I tried. That's it. I'm all done. I'll take the vaccine. Stevie, what do you got?
To go to your point, Nick, about remembering lines, I'm one of the few comics that'll get up there without, you know how a lot of people, even at open mics, will have their scripts written and they keep looking at their phones and whatnot. Not me. I won't do the bit unless I remember the line. And I do a lot of, parody songs. And those songs, I remember the lines. I have to do that. I will not commit to a crutch. Once you do that, you're doomed.
When I stopped, I used to go on stage with the Index guy, put it on a bar, and one day I just kind of threw it away and I just was winging it and just started whatever came out. That's what comes out. Roma, when did you throw away the Index card?
When did I throw away the Index card? Man, I don't know. I still use it sometimes, man. If I'm working on like new material, I'll come up with like a set list, set it down on the stool.
Yeah.
But for the most part, probably about 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah.
I would say. And now I mean, it's, but back then, when I first started, it was like, I had to do 5 minutes. Like, where am I going to get 5 minutes of material, man? That's where my anxiety came from. And now when I show up and I'm expecting to do like 30 and somebody's like, you got to cut it down to 15. It's a different type of anxiety.
Now you're like,
I agree.
What am I going to cut out?
I remember walking one night at the Catch a Rising Star, and I guess what happened, the feature didn't come, or they forgot to book them, and it was me, and I think it was me and Mark Shea. And he said, can you do an hour? The manager said, an hour. So yeah, okay, I'll try. They did like 56 minutes. That's a long time.
Yeah.
You got 30 people, and you're doing an hour. I mean, wow. I don't know. Some of these comics can do. Bob Marley from Maine, he won the, Ripley's, believe it or not, he told jokes for 40 hours. I think he went 18 hours without telling the same joke. Wow. And he went to 40 hours around there, something like that. Wow. And he won it. And then somebody went over that and beat him now. But I know Bob Marley's incredible. I remember when he started, he was incredible. The material he had was
40 hours straight. No.
I think they did so long, and then he could take a break or go to the bathroom, whatever, And then I'm not sure the setup how long, but he did 40 hours, pretty much. Right, whatever the schedule was, he went right through.
No, they had a porta potty right on stage. You can't leave.
I would start to see stuff after, like, I don't know, for me after 30 minutes, but I feel like logically, like maybe, like 24 hours in, I'd be like, I can't hear my own voice into the microphone any longer.
And there's been times I got booked a headline, I had to do 45 minutes, and I'm up there, and I'm at 20 mintes, and it ain't one of my best nights. That's a long time up there.
Oh, yeah. It feels like a long time, doesn't it?
If you get a great crowd, 40, 30, 45 minutes, nothing. But if you get a tough crowd and you're at 20 and you got 25 to go, let me tell you, that's I don't miss that.
Dude, I remember doing a corporate gig, and it was on the Cape, and it was like I had to do an hour. And I was getting paid like $700.
Was that country club your friend ran? The kid?
No. I was in Cape Cod. He's in Plymouth, But it was like $700. It was like big money for me. It was like the biggest pay I ever got for doing comedy at the time. And I like 20 minutes in, it's just the crowd was not laughing. People were walking out and in. And
that can be a problem, Jess.
Oh, I did the hour, but dude, when I got off stage and they gave me that check, I ran out that door so fast because I was afraid they're gonna change their mind. Like I thought you were funny.
I remember they told me that way back in comedy class. If they're not laughing, it could be a problem.
Yeah.
It could be a problem. I remember being up there. I remember being up there sweating and nobody's laughing. Not easy. Dan O'Brien, did you ever have to? Anybody ever ask you to do 1 hour straight?
Shit, no. Most I've done is a feature at 25 minutes.
That's
and
good.
I was freaking out about that. And I did it without any cards or anything, but I came in at 25 minutes and 12 seconds. So
That's good.
I just them a few seconds, but I made it and we got through it. So,
Was that for funny for fun?
Yeah. Bill gave me a chance to do it, and it went well. And then comedy shut down. So
Yeah, I miss funny for funds and other places we did. You know, and another thing you guys don't know, Spirito's restaurant closed down.
Yeah.
November 22nd. That was a big hit, Steve. I mean, I done shows for them guys when they were on Broadway. The two brothers, Greg and David, great guys, and then they moved over to Kelly Gazzaro Pole. So we had a nice room.
New Year's there last year.
Yeah, if you were in the show, they'd feed you, pasta, chicken. Help yourself to the buffet. Yeah, those guys were great.
Great place.
Yeah, I felt really, really bad. Yeah, I felt really bad. That's the biggest room I book, because every other room I book's about 100 people. That was a 200-seat room, so that is it's a big loss for them. It's a big loss for the people that go there. It's a big loss for the comedians, myself. I mean, that was
John?
This is in Cranston. I don't think you did that room yet for me, but I would have got you. It was just a great.
You grabbed a couple of hundred people at the Whaler Inn once in North Dartmouth.
Yeah, I'm done there.
What's
I
that?
had some words with the comedians when the COVID went down. I had a show on a Friday with 150 people coming, tickets sold, everything's all set. 8 o'clock, I'm in Stop and Shop. My cell ring, I answer the phone. She said, yeah, the owner said we can't do the show tomorrow night. And I didn't care about COVID. It was a flu. I said, what do you mean you can't do the show? Because of the virus, they're shutting down, they're liable, they're afraid. I said, I got a single coming, I got 150 people coming. You can't cancel a show. We got to cancel the show. No, that was when COVID, if it was starting to wow. Then I started realizing just something here, you know what I mean?
What was in that show?
Yeah, I was really upset. And matter of fact, I was so upset that I had 3 dates the rest of the year, and I pulled out on all of them. I said, I'm all done with you. That was my first COVID fit, Jeff. I had a COVID meltdown, and I just melted, and I said, all right, I'm going to pull out of the other 3 shows this year. And guess what? They all got COVID out. All the shows were gone anyway. Now I lost a room because of my temple. And what are you going to do?
And then you call your therapist, Jessica Leigh.
Who
My
also
therapist,
is
Jessica Leigh.
tearing down towers in my own life. Yeah, that's me too. Of like, I'm just gonna escalate. Screw it, And then after, I'm like, oh, there's a virus. I overreacted. Oops. Yeah.
And then he had Mike Cronin say some prayers for him.
I never could imagine this to cancel a show. I never. 29 years of comedy, I think I canceled twice. I was sick. Unless the place canceled for whatever reason. I never recall canceling that many, hardly anything, you know what I mean? So when they told me we're going to cancel, I was mad.
Yeah.
I got all these people coming. I got all these tickets. We got the money. Darlene Andrade was in the show. She sold a bunch of tickets. I mean, we were ready to go. You know what I mean?
150. That's a good crowd, man.
Yeah. So And that's when I think I did a birthday party on March 15th. And then Gina Raimondo got up and said, lock it down. And that's been it.
Yeah. What was it? A Monday, right? Was it Monday? What was March? Around that time, right?
I did the party on the 15th, so it was either that Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it was Friday the 13th that week, right? Friday
Yeah.
the 13th. Yeah, because I had a show that night. I had a leukemia benefit that got canceled last minute.
Yeah. And the 16th began the lockdown, the Monday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I did a show Sunday, the 15th, a cancer benefit. It was me with Frank Santarelli and a couple other guys. John Fiore made an appearance. He was from Sopranos. We did a big cancer benefit at the Sky Lounge downtown.
Yeah.
And it was like 200 people, John, that night. It was like packed. And they were talking about the virus and everything. We didn't even think about it. We didn't know what it was. And then the lockdown happened Monday.
We did the Asia Grill, John. That was one of our last shows. We had that room filled, and we had like only a few people left. That
Yeah, it was Saturday, March. Let's see, I
Hot
had
show.
the Whaler Inn was going to be the 13th. That got canceled. And then I told the owner of the Asia Grill, I said, let's do it. They had 80-something reservations. And then 27 people showed up that night. That's when I knew between the other show canceling at the Whaler Inn and the Asia Grill, we always got 60, 70, 80 people.
Yeah.
And there was 27 people. I mean, we never got 27 people. I was like, something's going on here. And these people, they were afraid already.
And nobody was in masks at that show. You know, there wasn't that.
But they were kind of separated already. They already socially distanced themselves. If you remember, they were kind of.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, nobody was sitting near each other. It was
Yeah,
kind of
everything got
eerie.
Entertainment got shut down. All my cocktail hours with the piano, everything got shut down. I did maybe one cocktail hour.
See, it's funny you say this because I'm looking for somebody that can maybe at the beginning of the show play a little music. When we intro the comics, play a little music. We'll put them on the payroll, Jess. What do you think? Steve DeNuccio and his orchestra.
Yeah.
Have all the Disney characters around him.
Yes.
I mean, Steve,
I'll tell everybody to have a magical day.
Yes.
it's nuts.
Talk to Mike Cronin, though. You got to make sure the sponsor's good with that.
Well, we could bump Mike Cronin out of here. Who knows? He's a no-show tonight.
I miss the guy.
I love Mike Cronin.
I do too. I do
New
too.
background when he comes back.
I used to work with him in the early 90s. Oh, the crazy
He's got a
story.
big heart. He's got a big heart, Mike Cronin does.
Me and him used to.
Mike Cronin, you won't believe what they're saying about you over here, Mike. They want to fire you, Mike. I'm just letting you know right now. All right, bye. Oh, yeah.
Is that a phone with a cord?
I know.
Do they have a cord?
It's my car phone. It's the old car phones I can bring in the car. No,
1981.
I got a lot of props here, dude. I got my basement's full of props from theater.
There was nothing like slamming down a phone when you got mad. Like you
Oh,
can't.
great.
Yeah.
I just did I did the short film Saturday where it was supposed to, you can't tell what year it is, but it looks very 80s. And my character had this phone or something like this phone. And then after I'm talking to the guy, I get to go, oh, I love that sound.
Good.
Remember that sound, John? Yeah, well, screw you.
I remember walking over to the VCR and I was mad and I smashed the VCR. And then when I tried to use it, of course it didn't
Can't
work.
find those anymore.
I had to throw it out back in the day. I had to throw it. Like, then I learned, stop hitting things.
Smash the VCR.
What's a VCR?
Well, no, why did you smash the VCR?
I was upset about, yes, I've been married numerous times. I was upset about something. I hit the VCR.
Yeah, he was upset that the videotape of Cocoon he rented wasn't working.
I was just upset, man. Let me hit the VCR.
Broken. I'm so mad because I want to watch all my Christmas movies that are on VHS tape and I can't because my VCR is broken.
Jesus.
I think down in your basement, John, you still have an 8-track deck player, don't you?
Nah, got rid of that. Cleaned the whole basement out, painted it, all the comedy
Really?
stuff's down.
No pen,
You
no
wouldn't even
wall
recognize it.
posters.
Not one comedy poster was up. That's it.
Wow.
Just in case I wind up retiring here. That's it.
Oh,
Full
you're
bore.
retiring at 61.
62. I'm going to be
62, you're
63 in
retired. All right.
February. Well, it's a self-imposed retirement. What are you going to do? Self-imposed. I just I didn't cause a shutdown.
No, no. If anything, you caused the opposite of the shutdown. You were like, I'm gonna
I want to keep it open.
I'm gonna fire this place because of the virus.
And you were talking about being mad on the phone. I remember once, me and my wife got in some good arguments back in the day. I was in a payphone. I was so mad at her. We had an argument. And I pulled up to a payphone. I got in a payphone, and I'm yelling. And I literally bit the payphone. I was shaking. The whole payphone, Jess, was shaking. It was I don't have anger management problems.
I thought you said you drove your car through the payphone.
I shook the whole, what do you call that when somebody does that, Jess? Now you're the therapist. What do you call that? If somebody shakes the whole payphone,
I don't know if we have an exact term for when someone shakes the I would call, I mean, it sounds like it's a crisis.
It was.
Like a crisis.
I didn't know you then.
I know. I know. I'm trying to think of what I would say if I saw John Perrotta shaking an entire payphone.
Stay away from that dude.
I know.
I've had some unstable moments.
That brings us back to a Foley Brothers movie. You remember Dumb and Dumber, the scene at the payphone? You guys remember? And the guy, he's like, get off the phone. And then he goes, come close to the glass. And he punches him through the glass of the payphone.
Great scene.
I knew Dan would like that.
Dan probably wrote that scene. Who knows? Dan, instead of trying to write a whole screenplay, Dan, why don't you just write one bit, give it to your cousins, right? The Foley Brothers. Maybe they'll put it in the next movie.
Actually, what I do is, once I've written a few screenplays, I talk to one of them, and I get ideas. And the last one I gave him, Peter said, I like that idea of the pilot. Please write me a pilot for a TV show. So we're in the process of trying to write a pilot. Me and this guy, Matt O'Connor, we're hoping to get it back in front of him. It's got to get through his reader. I don't get preference because I'm family, but his reader likes it. So hopefully,
that's pretty wild, Dan.
Hopefully, Peter sees it. He may not. We go through all the proper channels. No nepotism here.
Imagine, Dano, you go from a Zoom show to a hit sitcom.
That would be great.
You'll be sitting there with Shiv. You'll be eating Indian food, doing Zumba with his father.
That would be great.
You're having a blast, Dano.
So yeah. I've shortened what I'm writing now, so that's the whole goal right now.
Yeah, Dan. Well, good luck with that, man. That's pretty. I mean, I know myself and Jess are really not working on anything. Jess, we have no screenplays in the works, Jess.
Not that currently. Well, I've got some ideas, but not on paper yet. But right now I'm like going through and like revising a lot of my like old material and stuff like that. And I'm like, because I really want like when comedy does happen again, I really want like some more stuff. So I'm trying to get my writing together, because you guys were talking about like open mics earlier and not going up with your notes. And like, so what I do is like, I'll write jokes and be like, and then I'll put the pressure on myself of like, I have to go out, you know, because comedians will be like, you gotta go and you gotta hustle and you gotta do this. And if you don't do it, then you're like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything. So like, I'll go and I'm like, you know, oh my God, but I didn't memorize anything, you know, and then I'm on stage and I'm kind of just like standing there with like the microphone, and it's awkward for me and for everyone. And yeah, so I'm like, I want to like have it memorized. And I think like if we have a year to do that, I think that's a goal that I should be able to reach. But yeah,
I can't memorize. I don't know. I can't memorize stuff anymore.
You do very well with memorizing the audience's names. Yeah. I always get blown away with that.
Yeah. I'm not good at, if I wrote a whole page of material, I've had people write stuff for me and I don't remember it. I just go up and I can wing it. But if you give me a whole page of killer jokes, I remember telling one joke that was so good, I told her right once out of like 6 times. I finally said, I can't do this. But one time I told her right, it killed. But I just couldn't, you know, I never can be an actor.
I love it when my friends come to the show and you destroy them. It's great. That's one of my favorite parts of the night.
Yeah.
Just watching
I miss destroying these people.
I miss watching you destroy my friends and family.
I can't even walk in the living room. They can pick on them all now. That's how bad things are. It's
I
crazy.
got an idea, John. We get you at the market. You slice meat with me, and you can bother everybody who comes up for making an order. We have a show right there at the deli. You would have a lot of fun.
Kelly especially.
And then Gina will say, "You broke the rules. Come with me."
No rule breaking. You wear your mask. You
And a shield.
You can wear a face. I like the face shields that coming out with now, the small ones.
You gonna wear that?
Yeah, John, I've been wearing a mask for 39 years in the dental field, so it's not unusual for me to wear a mask.
So you're all, when everybody else was bitching, you were all set.
I was all set, but everybody wearing masks now, they're useless. Those masks that we're wearing now, useless. They're
Why
not the
not?
right masks to wear.
The blue ones,
They're useless. You gotta wear the N95s. They have a little cup at the front. Those are the ones.
but I've used this same kind of mask for 8 months. Knock on wood so far. I don't know if it's helped me, but
Well,
I haven't.
they have a minimal. It stops a little bit, but you want to be safe. You got Terry at home. You want to keep her protected.
Yeah. Well, I just stay out of. I don't go in any kind of I go get takeout or curbside pickup. I don't go. I haven't been in a restaurant that I sat in and ate since March. 'Cause I used to go to movies, go to restaurants, the
I
shows
know.
we did. I haven't nothing. I'd love to take Roman to a movie. If I could take you to a movie now, Roman, what would you like to see? Anything from before and after the.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a
Because
good one.
I'm just saying because he looks like he's in a
Oh,
prison.
I thought Roman said that. You said it. You Nikki's
No.
over there saying
I was just
because he's in the prison. Yeah, that's a good one.
I would've said Fight Club.
When he was gonna get
Fight
parole,
Club?
and he threw in the towel and was like, "I just don't even give a shit," and they give him parole. I mean, think of that. Yes. Oh my god.
I saw a little bit of Fight Club. I don't remember watching the whole. Is that a really good
That was a
movie?
good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
What's
I
that about? I know it's about Brad Pitt.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's about surprisingly a guy that had anxiety, and to deal with that anxiety, he kind of created this alter ego, tough guy, who was Brad Pitt, and they went on to attack like credit card companies and stuff like that. Meatloaf was in the movie. There was actually there was some star power in that movie.
That was a really, really good movie.
Yeah. So it took me a couple times of watching it to figure out that Brad Pitt was actually not a real person in the movie. So I hope I didn't give it away there, but
Oh, you just ruined it for a bunch of people.
I gotta check it out because I only saw a little bit of it way back. I gotta check that out.
it actually sparked some real fight clubs around the country at the time.
Oh, geez.
They were popping up in like major cities and stuff, and
Oh.
so
Hey, what's rule number one? Roman?
You don't talk about Fight Club.
rule 1 and 2.
Never talk about Fight Club.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. Jess, it's that time. We gotta go around the horn now and wrap it up, Jess, before you give the final assessment of this
Blessing.
session, of this therapy session. Roman, we're already talking to you. What are you gonna say to wrap it up, Roman?
Man, I can't wait for this thing to end, man, because I miss the stage. I think we all do, man, and I can't wait for things to get back to somewhat normal. I think we're a ways away from that, but hopefully by like springtime, we're able to open up again and get back on stage because this is tough, man. It's been a tough year.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
So
Miss it.
Happy
We
holidays,
have a lot of fun up there. And
yeah.
thanks, Roman. We love having you on. You always do.
Well, thanks for having me, John. I appreciate it.
Can't wait to work with you, all you guys again, man. I miss
Same
working.
here.
I've worked with all of you. I can't wait to work with you again. Shiv, what are you gonna say to wrap it up?
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. I think once the vaccine comes out and we can get out there, I think it'd be nice if we're all at a show or at a mic or something together. That'd be fun. I wonder if there's a fight club in Providence because now I'm thinking that I'm not considered tough, and my family doesn't see me that way. So I'm thinking if I join Fight Club, maybe it'll change it'll change everyone's perception of me.
There you go.
Your
Yeah.
father will be
remember-
doing a Zumba, and you'll be doing a fight.
Yes.
Just remember the third rule of Fight Club is if it's your first night, you got to fight.
Yeah, I will.
So there you go. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I'm down. But no, in all seriousness, thank you for having me on, John. I always enjoy these and talking to everybody and meeting everyone. So it's been a lot of fun.
All right, good seeing you, Shiv. And we got to go to our man, Steve DeNuccio. What are you going to say to wrap it up, Stevie?
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on stage too. Miss everybody. Miss the normal life. Had a great Thanksgiving with family and friends, but looking forward now to getting into Christmas, and let's hope that 2021 we can break out of these ankle bracelets and and live life the way we need to live.
Definitely. Hey, good having you on, Steve.
It's always a pleasure, my friend.
Good having you on. Dan O'Brien, better known as Dano. What are you going to say to wrap it up tonight on the weekly check-in?
I'm with everyone else. I just want this to be over, and I appreciate you having me on. These are always fun. Please don't put me on with a therapist again. I get nervous. Blood pressure's not getting it awesome, but I get nervous. I have like wicked anxiety and wicked depression, and she probably picked up on that in like seconds. And,
Oh, Dan, I've got a therapist too. I've got all of the stuff in the book too. It's okay.
Between you and she for the anxiety, and oh my God, this is way too much for me to handle at the moment. But I got through it.
You did a great job, Dan. A great job.
I'm just gonna go call my real therapist now and talk about this. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on, Dan. Nicky Albanese, the last Sicilian. What are you going to say to wrap it up tonight, brother?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Dan, he should go on your podcast, Shiv, about the anxiety.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I definitely should. I would anytime.
yeah, that'll be it'll work out pretty well. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Like I said, I can't, like everybody else, can't wait for this to be over and to just get out there and be able to do some projects without so many restrictions. Because little projects that I've done, I got to do the COVID test, and thank God I've been negative. So you got to be negative to get on set to work. And so it's a lot of restrictions, and but you know what, in a way, it's been a blessing in disguise to 2020. I think it opened our eyes up too, to see, appreciate things more in life, and see who the real crazy friends are and stuff like that on Facebook. So, so in a way, you got to look at it that way too. But it'll be over. We'll be back, man. They're saying May, June, it should start coming around again. So look at, we made it this far. What's another 6 months?
So we go a year to have a cookout. What are you gonna do? I gotta wait a year. I gotta quarantine a year so I can have a burger.
Yes.
Jess, this is it. The
I
weekly
know.
check-in is just about come to a wrap. We leave it to you as our therapist, our guiding light.
Yes, that's causing
What did you make
anxiety.
of this therapy session?
It's causing anxiety instead of treating anxiety tonight.
Don't let us down. Don't let us down now.
You got any recommendations for anybody here?
I think we're all going to have 7 hours of material once we're all out of quarantine and ready
Oh, yeah.
to actually really be able to because there is some stage stuff going on now, but it's so hard to access, and a lot of people are like, I'm around a 94-year-old grandmother, so I'm scared to go and do anything and, put myself in situations where, could increase the risk and stuff like that. So it's like, so everything's so restricted, but I think that a lot of this, like Nick, I wish it wasn't at the because of COVID for the blessing in disguise, but there is definitely a lot of that going on too, of a lot of that setback and doing a lot of self-reflecting and stuff like that and making like changes. So there definitely is like a good way to use the time right now. There's definitely a lot of like, you know, a lot of benefits to, you know, to being able to use that slowdown to use the time. I just wish it was a slowdown for other reasons and not so long. But you're right about the next 6 months, and hopefully by the spring and summer we can have that cookout for John because he really wants that burger.
Memorial Day. Let's plan it.
I don't want to make any predictions in this.
Mike Cronin, we're gonna have a party for John Perrotta on Memorial Day. He wants you to be the headliner.
You guys are nuts. I want to thank you guys for coming on a weekly check-in. Roman, Shiv, Steve DeNuccio, Dano, Nick Albanese, my co-host, Jessica Leigh, always does a great assessment, and she's available 24/7. She prefers to be called about 2 in the morning, so if you guys have an urgent issue, Jess will answer the phone and hang it up. Happy holidays, you guys. I'll see some of you guys on here again soon, and wish you all the best for a better 2021. Let's put it that way.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take
Happy
care.
holidays, everybody.
See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Guys.
Very good.